Caitlin Clark, let it be known, she does not like this Stephanie White offense, how these players in the WNBA don't even know where to move or how to move or where to cut. And that leads to a lot of her turnovers. And she also states how much she misses Lisa Bluder. And I think all of us Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark fans prefer if Lisa Bluder was the head coach of the Indiana.
Caitlin Clark didn't just light up the scoreboard. She practically torched the whole playbook. She's breaking rookie records while giving side-eye to the very offense she's running, then casually daydreaming about her college coach, riding in like a basketball fairy tale. Clark's making waves bigger than a half-court buzzer beater, and the drama brewing in the locker room might be hotter than the games themselves.
I mean, what's going on here? And I'm sorry, but if Stephanie White's supposed to be this all-world coach, you're not going to show up to a game against the Phoenix Mercury with DeWanna Bonner playing on the other side after what she did to the Indiana Fever franchise, and you show up there and somehow the team is lifeless? Sophie Cunningham coming back to Phoenix and the team is lifeless? That is the coach.
Clark didn't show up to the WNBA to politely dribble in circles and play safe pass basketball. This is the same player whose college coach, Lisa Bluder, basically tossed her the keys to a Ferrari and said, "Don't crash." And not only did she avoid crashing, she took it off-road, floored it to 90 and a 40, and turned the whole ride into a highlight reel.
Sums up why I can't stand Stephanie White as a basketball coach for Caitlin Clark. I don't think that Stephanie White is a bad coach. Don't get it twisted. She's not a bad coach at all. I just don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark. So let's take a listen to this right here. This was on the podcast with Super 8.
But I think that's even been something like me and Steph have always talk about when we go and watch film. And even that New York game where I played really, really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple-double. And is the only reason her team's in the game.
So imagine the whiplash when she lands in the WNBA and is handed the Stephanie White offense. Something that feels less like basketball and more like a homeowners association meeting about mailbox colors. Rules everywhere. Creativity nowhere.
Man, it's just going to be interesting to see her come back and see this team fully go full circle around their set leader, and I'm still banking on it being Caitlin Clark. Without Caitlin Clark, they had 19 in the one game and 16 in their previous game without CeCe even playing.
Then came the Liberty game. Clark wasn't just warming up. She was cooking. Fourth quarter hits. She makes 2 turnovers. Big deal. Even Michael Jordan coughed it up now and then, and nobody told him, go sit in the corner. But here, boom, Clark's benched like she broke curfew.
My precious CeCe, she was upset. She didn't say nothing, no smiling, walked off, not looking at no cameras. I'm talking about, you can tell it's all on her face. She got it in her mind. But look, I need y'all to understand. That was so embarrassing and pathetic, and the teamwork was not there. But I remember Jordan had got hurt his second year. He didn't come back into playoffs, and that playoff series was legendary. He scored 63 points in one game, but he still lost, though.
Meanwhile, other players are turning the ball over like they're giving out party favors and still keeping their minutes. The only exceptions? Tash and Mitchell. Apparently, the only 2 besides Clark allowed to play like basketball isn't a military drill.
The Stephanie White offense compared to what she was doing at Iowa when she took over the world. Let's take a look.
At the college, it was very similar. All out attack, we're known to have 5 shooters on the floor at all time. We played with really good floor spacing, and at Iowa it was the same way. 4 people were on the floor that could shoot at the same time. Then obviously we usually played with a true post, but they rarely missed too. Mon never missed. Hannah Stolke was tremendous when I was there too. And even our backup post players, I always think about how Coach Bluder ran practices and things. And I'm very fortunate looking back and now going to watch other colleges practices and things like that. She really was so intentional about making sure everyone was on the same.
This is the problem. Coaches like White are so obsessed with don't make a mistake basketball. They forget this is put on a show basketball. You can't win games or fans by just trying not to mess up. Lisa Bluder knew that. She didn't panic over a risky pass or a deep pull-up. She understood that high-risk, high-reward plays are the reward. Clark sees the floor seconds ahead of everyone else. But instead of unleashing that vision, White keeps her locked in a tiny box, like she's afraid Clark might dribble into another dimension.
In over 10 years, and Caitlin Clark has something to do with that, man. They was 8-5 with Caitlin. At the end of the day, no matter how many games they win, they lost more games without Caitlin Clark playing. Like, so everybody argument that Caitlin Clark is the Achilles heel, Caitlin Clark is this and that, your argument is obsolete, bro. They will forever have that notion on there, that blemish on there. Now, if they would have won more games, lost less, then you might have had something.
What's missing in the WNBA right now? Basketball IQ that leads a game, not trails it. Some college coaches have it in spades. Drop Lisa Bluder into the league tomorrow, and she'd have a roster putting up 110 without breaking a sweat. Right now, the system is suffocating creativity in the name of safety. Players avoid risks because risks equal bench time, and that means Clark's creativity is getting muzzled. Bring back the college freedom. Bring back the energy of a coach who treats a turnover in the name of creation as more valuable than 10 safe plays that do nothing.
Still lost, though. But at the end of the day, he fought, and you could tell that he missed being away from the game. So I can see my precious CC coming back doing her thing for the playoffs. I just want her to be 100% healthy at the end of the day. If Stephanie White gonna keep jeopardizing.
Because at this point, the only thing more predictable than the offense is Clark ending up on the bench for daring to be exciting. And let's talk about the WNBA's veteran obsession. In this league, if you've been around longer than the rookie, you can trip over your shoelaces, miss open layups, and accidentally pass to the mascot, and still stay in the game. But rookies, one flashy turnover, and you're toast. From day one, Bluder handed Clark the offense like a gift, knowing confidence grows by letting a player figure it out, not yanking them for every misstep.
Indiana Fever fans, so let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100 like a Ben Frank. You hear me? So let me ask y'all again. Is Stephanie White a good coach? A great coach? I'm waiting. No, she not. Not even close. If anything, she puts a stall in the offense. She's sucking the life out of the team, out of the franchise. And Kelly Krostoff, whatever her name is, Lyndon, you hear me? They all need to go.
Lately, White's offense has felt like filing taxes. Complicated, full of unnecessary steps, and guaranteed to end in frustration. Rigid sets, cautious ball movement. It's basketball at 35, in the fast lane with your hazards on. Sure, you might avoid mistakes, but no one's having fun. And this isn't rookie growing pains. It's the system choking out the unpredictability that made Clark dangerous in the first place. Bluder knew when to push, when to pull back, and when to just hand Clark the ball and say, go make them pay.
Stephanie White, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White remains fully confident in her team following Thursday's deflating loss. The veteran coach sent a clear message. It was a 35-point ass drubbing. It was deliverance and Ned Beatty. Anybody seen that? Squeal like a pig? Yeah. The Phoenix Mercury bleeped the shit out of the Indiana Fever lab.
And what message does this send the rest of the roster? If your star rookie, the one selling tickets, boosting ratings, and winning games, can get benched over a minor slip, the takeaway is clear. Play safe. Don't take risks. Avoid trying anything new. It's basketball with the excitement surgically removed. Meanwhile, some players have mastered the art of looking busy while doing nothing, but they're safe because they stick to the script. Clark gambles once too often, front row seat for the rest of the night.
In the post-game press conference, Caitlin Clark Stephanie White made sure to give out about Caitlin Clark not passing the ball to Dantas. Like, we've seen Damiris Dantas play. She can't shoot. Why would Caitlin Clark pass the ball on an all-time heater to Dantas?
game, this last game this year.
Mm-hmm.
I started the fourth quarter off with like 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row. And Steph yanked me and she was like, this is like a learning moment. Like you got to be able to like, yes, like maybe it could have been there. Like maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass. Maybe they could have caught it. But like, do we need that in this moment?
If you want the WNBA to grow, you don't muzzle its most electric player in years. You give her the freedom Bluder gave her. Turnovers happen. They're the price of being aggressive. What's worse than turnovers? An offense so predictable to defense could guard it blindfolded. High IQ players like Clark learn faster by playing through mistakes, not watching from the bench. And this isn't just a Clark issue. It's a league-wide problem. But she's the perfect example because we know what she looks like with the reins off. Unstoppable.
Lisa Bluder always made sure people knew what they were going to do, aka she made sure people knew their role. Everybody knew their role, and that is the problem with the Indiana Fever and the bullcrap that Caitlin Clark deals with now. We got Natasha Howard coming in talking about she wanted to win MVP. Red flag. Red flag. We got Caitlin Clark, and you're talking about joining this team and winning MVP. She didn't know her role. Didn't know her role. That is the difference. We got a bunch of people on this team that do not know and understand their role.
The fix is simple. Coach to your players, not just your playbook. Let Clark run experiment. And yes, mess up. The WNBA doesn't need more safe possessions. It needs more jaw-dropping ones. She's not a fragile vase to protect. She's a player who walked into hostile college arenas, dropped 40, and sent everyone home angry. You can't keep winning if the defense knows exactly where the ball's going. And right now, this offense is all the spontaneity of a DMV line.
All right, today, Stephanie White has a clear conundrum on her hands, and she needs to figure out a solution to this problem before it's too little, too late. When Caitlin Clark was out with injury, Natasha Howard played well. Natasha Howard played well enough that kept us afloat along with Ari McDonald, along with Kelsey Mitchell, but Natasha Howard wasn't nearly as much of a hinder to the offense with Caitlin Clark.
Clark wasn't just scoring, she was conducting. Every possession was a chance for something wild. A deep three, a slick dime, a steal into a break. That unpredictability kept defenses nervous and fans locked in. Take that away, and you strip her identity. Give her back the freedom, the swagger, the green light Bluder gave from day one. Because the WNBA has a golden ticket in Caitlin Clark. But if it keeps letting rigid systems clip her wings, that ticket turns into a receipt. And receipts don't sell out arenas.